Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're talking WWE 2K19 with 7 superstars who are set to be removed from the game and the reasons why. The first superstar on our list is one half of the primetime players with Darren Young. The reason Young won't make it into 2K19 is due to the fact that he was released from his contract just a few weeks after WWE 2K18 was released on October 29, 2017. Since his release, Young has gone on to work the independent scene where he's currently set to take part in this year's Shikara King of Trios tournament where he'll be teaming up with former Nexus partners Michael Tarver and Justin Gabriel. Last year for WWE 2K18, Enzo Amore was one of the superstars first shown off as his model really stood out in the updated graphics engine. However, this year Enzo will have no place in the game as he was suspended from the company on January 22nd following accusations of both sexual harassment and sexual assault, with WWE then going on to release him just a day later on January 23rd. Up next we'll have former 205 Live star Rich Swann, who ran into some legal trouble back in December when he was arrested for domestic violence and suspended as per WWE's zero tolerance policy against domestic abuse. Following his arrest, come January the charges were actually dropped, leading to fans expecting Swan to return to TV. However, on February 15th, WWE announced that both Swan and themselves had come to terms on his release and that he was no longer a part of the company. Back in the early days of NXT, Summer Rae was one of WWE's standout performers and someone a lot of people picked to make a big impact in the women's division. However, after coming up to the main roster in a managerial role alongside Fandango and never really being given the chance to shine as a singles competitor, Summer was someone who never got to reach her full potential. In 2016, Summer was drafted to Raw where she was set to start over. However, due to injury, Summer never actually made an appearance for the brand, and after more than a year on the sidelines, WWE decided to cut their losses and release Summer shortly after the release of 2K18 on October 29th. Up next we'll have former Sanity member Sawyer Fulton, who was actually a surprise to see included in 2K18 as despite being an original member of Sanity when they debuted back in October 2016, Fulton was actually written out of the group just a month later in November after he suffered a torn pectoral muscle in the semi-finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, leading to him being replaced by Killian Dane. Despite being off TV and dropped from Sanity, 2K made the decision to include him in 2K18 as he was still under contract. However, as of November 3rd, 2017, Fulton was released from his contract, meaning he won't be returning for 2K19. Next on our list we'll have the curious case of Emma, who back in October seemed to be pretty high up with WWE officials as she defeated Sasha Banks, Alicia Fox, Bayley and Dana Brooke in an elimination match to earn the right to face Asuka at TLC, where even though she lost the match, she was still granted a rematch on Raw, which turned out to be a final match with the company as WWE made the surprise announcement of her release just a week later. Since the release, Emma's proved to be a hit on the independent circuit where she currently wrestles for Ring of Honor under her real name Tenille Dashwood. Finally, we'll have arguably the biggest name on this list with the king of the cruiserweights, Neville. Now, unlike the rest of the people on this list, Neville is listed under different circumstances, as unlike the rest, he is actually still under contract to WWE and could make the game should they give him the green light. However, at present, Neville is off TV and hasn't been seen since October when it was reported that he had walked out on the company during an episode of Raw due to being unhappy with the direction of his character. Since then, reports came out in November stating that Neville had had positive discussions with WWE, leading to speculation that he would be returning to TV. However, as of April 2018, there is still no sign of Neville, leading to people believing that he's now finished with the company and that WWE is simply keeping him under contract as punishment to stop him going elsewhere. Due to this, then it seems highly unlikely that we'll see the King of the Cruiserweights make an appearance in 2K19 unless both parties can work things out and Neville returns to TV. So there you go, there are 7 superstars from WWE 2K18 who are set to be removed from the roster ahead of 2K19, with only Neville retaining a slim chance of a reprieve. As for any other superstars on the chopping board, much like last year, a lot of people have brought up Tyson Kidd. However, due to Kidd currently being under contract with the company on good terms and out of action due to a career-threatening injury that he sustained in the ring, then it's likely WWE will allow 2K to include him just like they did last year. Anyway guys, that does it for this video, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, who you sad to see go, and what's your take on Neville and Kidd. Do you think that they'll make the cut? Let me know what you think, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, as I'll be covering all things WWE 2K19 in the build up to release. Until next time though, I hope you've enjoyed this video, have yourself an awesome day, I'll catch you later.